I'm someone who's going through the perimenopause, and if I didn't know what those symptoms really were, then God help the rest of us. So I'm here to explain to you that it's very complicated. It creeps in on you like a sort of creeping doom, and it affects every single part of your life. Before this year, I thought there were only two things to worry about. One, no more periods, great. And two, hot flushes, also great because I get a warm. But what I've actually found out is there are myriad symptoms and they are absolutely Welcome to my world of pain. This is what I suffer from: anxiety, depression, fatigue, brain fog, electric shocks, heavy painful periods, weight gain, mood swings, night sweats, heart palpitations, weak bladder, sleep disturbance, concentration issues, ringing in the ears, hot flushes.
Hello, I'm Alex. I'm Sarah's partner. The first thing I noticed about Sarah's perimenopause symptoms was that starting to have really heavy periods affecting her day-to-day life. She was actually covering it up really well, but it was actually really painful and really horrible. Tiredness, needing to have a nap during the day, sleeping at the weekends. Forgetfulness was happening. So I remember Sarah saying that she was really embarrassed a couple of times when she literally just in the middle of talking about something at work, she'd forgotten what she was talking about. She'd forgotten how to write shorthand, which is obviously a really big deal in her job. And I definitely know that she can do that because I've seen her do it many times really skillfully. All these things are sort of affecting her mental health as well. So it's making her feel like she wasn't a real person anymore. It's made me feel completely helpless a lot of the time because all of these individual symptoms, some of them you could argue that you could help in some way, but it feels like a sort of illness that you can't quite put your finger on. So some of it's mental health, some of it's physical. Some of the mental health issues that come with perimenopause or menopause seem to be driven by the menopause itself. So it's sort of self-perpetuating thing, really. So the more it carries on, the more difficult it becomes to support, especially when you've got no real idea of how to go about that, being a man and being a person that's never really going to have those things. So one advice I give to anybody who's close to somebody who's going through the menopause is do a bit of research. So find out what those symptoms are. For Sarah, she felt like she's becoming less of herself because of it, and there was nothing she could do about that. Just reminding that person close to you that it is temporary. It might go on for a long time, it might go on for a short time, but it doesn't make up them. It's not the new them. Just being sympathetic really to all of those symptoms, and that's quite a hard thing to do because there's a lot of them. There's loads of them, and no doubt there'll be something new at some point that we haven't kind of anticipated that's going to affect your day-to-day life. So the changes that need to happen are actually huge. I could probably make a separate 15-minute video just about that, but I mean, it's not really an open matter. I don't know what needs to happen to make that happen, but to me, I feel more comfortable talking about it just because Sarah is so open about it at home, and she's becoming more open about it with people that she works with, friends and family, and perhaps eventually, ideally, complete strangers. We want to get to a position where you can just say, I'm going through perimenopause or I'm menopausal or whatever, and that doesn't mean a bad thing. So just lots of education. I think where people spend most of their lives are at work. Some of the most basic things, like mainly communication skills, are being taken away from women in those positions. And so just an education for anybody that works with somebody that might be going through the menopause would help. What happened to Sarah was all these things started, to me anyway, all these things started happening at once. And I think if we could have anticipated that, perhaps we'd have been able to have helped and supported each other a little bit better through it. Because it's not one person's problem. Everybody needs to know about it.